Hi Libra, this is Carrie Mubarak at wooingnature.life, and this is your August reading. So I am going to be reading today from the soul cards. I'm going to start with soul cards just to give us a general overview of what's going on with you, and then I'm going to follow up with the enchanted map for some direction, what to do about what we find out from the soul cards. And then lastly, I'll do your tarot reading from Tarot Illuminati, and all of that information about the decks will be in the description box below. So, just starting off right now, looks like there's a lot of things on your mind, Libra, right now. A lot of things clouding you, and it's a lot. It looks like a lot. Maybe some sleepless nights. You may be going to bed with things on your mind. You'll need to clear that out, and you also need to eliminate some of the excess here. You know, that's one too many voices talking at one time. So speaking of voices, for some of you this may be downloads or information coming in from spirit. Again, to me it looks like there's a lot that's coming through. So either way, if it is TMI, too much information, or too much worrying, or too many thoughts going through your head, or if you have a lot of projects or activities, or if there's a lot of downloads, it doesn't matter. You'll probably are going to need to be narrowing that down. So that expression there looks like meditation, looks like prayer. Meditation may help you get in touch with what you need to keep on your plate and what you need to take off your plate if you're having difficulty figuring out which one is which. So I'm seeing as the fall approaches, then some of these things are going to resolve themselves, or you will at some point between now and the fall, you will have dwindled this down, because I don't like to see too much going on around the head, even if it's good information. Like I said, even if it's downloads and you're excited about the downloads, sometimes if things are coming in very rapidly, you have to be able to organize the information that's coming through so that you're not feeling overwhelmed. Okay, so let's see. I'm also getting that communicating or expressing to someone, or to an advisor or a life coach or something like that, might be helpful to you as well, or just in general communicating to also your therapist, just to help you narrow down and get rid of some excess. All right, so moving right along to the enchanted map, we're looking for direction here. What to do about it. What to do about all these voices and all this stuff that's going on. So the first thing is to listen. You're going to have to listen in. You're going to have to see which of these things resonates with you. I would also look at what is harmonious, like what makes you feel harmonious. Harmony also relates to your alignment. If you are properly aligned, or if you are aligned with your spirit properly, then the downloads that come through, or the projects that you are working on, will resonate with you, or you will be able to what is the word I'm looking for? You'll be able to discern what's really for you and what may be for somebody else. For those of you who are spiritualists or you're seers, some of these downloads that are coming through may not even be for you. If you're one of those open vessels, information may not be for you. So I don't want you to feel like everything that's coming through is something that you have to try to figure out or tackle. I'm seeing that there's some change coming. There is a overall change for you. There's a coming out, a transformation that's happening. That card is metamorphosis. So when I'm getting that, I'm thinking that more than likely some of what's coming through is actually downloads, and the downloads are associated with your ascension process. They also may be associated with your alignment and how you need to be aligned. This metamorphosis is about bridging opposites. I've been getting that a lot in everybody's reading. It's about bridging opposites. It's about learning to love yourself and all of your parts. That's a really important part of ascension, folks, because if you're still judging yourself, like if you're still judging aspects of yourself that you perceive as being a negative, you'll want to listen inwardly, and try to see what the positive is in that. And that'll be also a part of that growth and expansion that you're looking for. So one more card for direction, please, for Libra. All right, so we have the magic stream here. And again, the magic stream is about going into meditation and finding those answers. Akashic records lives here. Ancestral connections lives here. Cultural connections lives here. It is a place where you are going to go energetically or intuitively to find out the information that you need. Again, this is about alignment. This is about making your spiritual connection. This is also about retrieving the information that is for you, and that will allow you to narrow down some of that excess that I'm talking to you about. And we do want to narrow that down. All right, so we are moving right along here. This is the Tarot Illuminati. I always use tarot for detailing. That's my detailing thing. So we're going to look at some details. We're going to find out what's happening with these voices in your head, about the transformation that's happening, and then also how to get to the information that the information that you need from spirit in order to get your lineup, to get a proper lineup. So I'm seeing here, first off the bat, that there is some disappointment here, or it could be heartbreak for some of you all. Libras, that's coming in right off the bat. So we want to deal with that. Sometimes heartbreak can cause you to overdo it. You know, like if you're heartbroken, if your relationship didn't go well, or if you're disappointed about something else that happened in your life, sometimes we have a tendency to overcompensate. And that overcompensation will cause you to, you know, take on too many tasks. Sometimes what we're doing is trying to escape what's happening, or we're trying to escape the pain part. So we, do the most. So you do the most because you're trying to avoid the pain. So if you're having that situation, then go to the pain. This is a part of that magic stream experience and doing your meditation. You'll need to hone in on that. I've got the Seven of Cups in reverse, which again, it's talking about lots of things coming in. With the Seven of Cups, you've got all of this stuff. Some good, some not so good. I don't like to really use good and bad, but for lack of a better word, there are choices, that there are things that come towards you in August that you have to choose from, and you have to discern what's for you and what's not for you. So it's really not anything bad coming in or good, or saying, well, I don't really know if this is for me. All of it that's coming towards you could be for you, but you've got to decide which one you want to do. That's the hard part. And you do want to narrow it down. You definitely want to narrow it down. There's no need in overextending and over complicating any issue. Here we are with you staying up at night, can't sleep. We've got all these voices going on in the head. I can't, I can't get it out. I'm having to take a sleep aid. I'm, dealing with that insomnia, the sleeplessness, or it could just be worrying, just pervasive thoughts. So that corroborates what we got from the soul cards there. So you'll want to empty your mind. You may even want to do some meditation before you retire to go to bed. Now, I don't mean like right when you're going to bed, because you're just going to go to sleep. But the purpose of the meditation is to, before you're sleepy, like maybe an hour or two before bedtime, do the meditation, clear your mind from the day. Or when you get off work, clear your mind of everything. And for those of you who are working at home, this is very important, because what happens when you work at home is you have a tendency to spread your day out longer than you would if you were actually going into an office. So if you are working at home, you'll need to designate a time that you're going to start your day and designate a time that you're going to finish your day, and then end it and clear your mind of whatever you've been doing. If it's downloads that are coming through again, then you'll want to handle that in prayer and meditation. The other good practice is that if you are working from home, you designate a space that is where you're going to work, and then the space where you sleep. So if you're working where you sleep, stop doing that, because you want to get rid of all of that. We've got the King of Swords here, and honestly, I can't remember if this came in upright or reverse, so I'm just going to read it and see what's going on. The King of Swords has mastery over the mind. It's a mastery of the mind space. That's what the King of Swords represents. The King of Swords is clear about what it is that they are going to think about, and they're clear about the information that belongs to them. They are able to categorize and analyze and compartmentalize their thought processes, and easily say, you know what, that's out of my control. I'm not dealing with that. This isn't something I want to do, so not thinking about that anymore. And the only thoughts that I'm going to keep are the ones that strictly pertain to me. So take on your King of Swords energy. We have the Princess of Cups in reverse here. Princess of Cups is a messenger. It's a messenger about your feelings and your emotions. Again, this goes back to the Three of Cups here with this disappointing situation, and also the Seven of Cups in reverse, where you're trying to get a better grasp on how to pick and choose what you want and what you don't want. The Princess of Cups is saying you need to get that message. And it's coming in reverse, which means you're not getting the message. So Libra, you have to pare it down. You have to make a decision. And the decision is based on really how you feel about something. You know, if it excites you, then go for it. If it's not a hell yes, then it's a no. You know, make some rules for yourself to help you say, you know what, I don't really need to be doing this. This isn't moving me. It's not exciting me. I'm not passionate about it. So therefore it doesn't make sense for me to continue to do it. All right, and then that's that Devil in reverse. That's what's got you hung up right now, Libra. It's got you hung up. It's got you bound. I feel like this energy here that we talked about from the get-go is really the culprit. It's not so much what happened as it is the effect that it had on you. And so the effect is, I'm going to overdo it. 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 I think it's like, it could be like you trying to prove yourself instead of just accepting yourself. I think it's like you trying to prove yourself because of the disappointment, because of the sadness. It could have been a relationship, or it could have been just some other disappointing factor in your life. You got to remember that the disappointments in life are really just things to teach you what you don't want to do, right? So if you had a disappointment, let's say you had a relationship and a relationship went sour and it left you pained by it. The disappointing part of what happened in the relationship is teaching you what you don't want, so that when you go to the next relationship, you won't repeat that pattern. You're learning about yourself through a relationship. If the disappointing thing that happened was something related to work, because I'm getting like lots of work stuff, like this looks like working, or overindulging in spiritual advancement, and I am a spiritualist, so I'm not opposed to getting downloads, but sometimes we can push ourselves too much in the spiritual direction, and then that throws off our work-life balance or our spirit life balance or the spirit earth balance. Everything is about balance. So even if you're overdoing it on the spiritual study or the spiritual advancement that you're working on, you'll need to pull that back as well. So it doesn't really matter what it is. And that's that devil energy, because the devil energy basically just prevents you from moving forward. And I feel like this Three of Swords is the issue at hand. Whenever we get or whenever I get a Three of Swords and the devil, then to me it means it's time to forgive. Either forgive yourself, or forgive what happened, or forgive the other people involved in the situation, so that you can move on and so that you can stop overdoing it. I feel like that's why you're overdoing it. The Two of Wands is in reverse. I see for some of you all, you're looking for something else. You could be looking for another relationship. You could be looking for another job. You could be looking for another opportunity. But right now that's being hindered, or it might be slowed down, or you might be getting some delays. And it's simply because Spirit is telling you, you cannot take on anything else. It's way too much. So take a moment, right, to balance, because two is about balance. And with this being in reverse or coming in reverse, it tells me that there is an imbalance happening there. Again, when we're talking about balancing in relationship to your transformation, it's about balancing the negatives and the positives, or the apparent negatives and positives in your life. And I'm thinking that because of this disappointment or this heartbreak or whatever, you're erring on one side of yourself and not considering the other side, and both need to be considered in order for you to move forward. Both need to be considered, not just one. All right, Five of Pentacles in reverse. You are moving past your self-worth issues. Your quality of life is going to change when that happens, because self-worth and valuing yourself is very important. It seems like maybe you weren't doing that, and it could be that it's misplaced. The valuing of the self has turned into valuing a job, or valuing the work, or even valuing the spiritual advancement that you're doing, or like putting more value in that than you're putting in your actual self. That's really interesting. That's really interesting. Here's the Ace of Pentacles here, also in reverse. There's an offer that's trying to come through. That's just a repeat of that Two of Wands in reverse. It's an offer. It's something tangible that you're looking for and that you want in your life. It could be money, or it could be a physical relationship with another person. More sex, more intimacy, more touching, more affection, or more money, or more things, or better home. All of that can be encompassed by the Ace of Pentacles. But again, it's in reverse, and that's telling me you got to do that other homework first. You got to pare it down, because Spirit is not going to give you more than you can handle, Libra. And right now what I'm seeing is that you've got more than you can handle, and you got to give yourself some space in your life to receive the thing that you want. And the best way to get the space in your life is to forgive the past, understand the past so that you can forgive it, and then get some of these things off your mind, and then narrow your focus down to the most essential thing. Four of Cups also in reverse. This is someone offering. Could be several things that are being offered, but you are you can't concentrate on it. You can't concentrate on it. You can't get it all in your head. You can't see the right thing, because you have all of these other empty things, or empty vessels, or empty promises, or empty a whole lot of things, empty experiences, empty relationships that you are focusing on, or that you feel overwhelmed by, or that you are energetically responding to. So when something comes in that you really need to put your hands on, it seems like I can't take another thing. Of course you can't, because you got to get rid of what's there. So I'm just getting some confirmations. This is just confirmation of the same. Is there any additional information that needs to come through for Libra spirits, please? Any other additional information that needs to come in? Ways to focus, things to focus on instead. The Prince of Wands. The Prince of Wands is your passion. The Prince of Wands fights for what they are passionate about. They go the extra yardage for what they're passionate about. So if you're going to go the extra yards, if you are going the extra yards about something that you are truly, deeply not that passionate about, then stop and think about what you are really passionate about, and then put the drive into that. Even if you're really passionate about being in a relationship, you'll have to take that other stuff off the plate so that you can focus on that, and so that you can drive that home instead of just, filling your experience with a whole bunch of extra stuff. Okay? All right. Anything else for Libra? All right, Libra, I think that is it for you. If you need any deeper, if you want to go deeper, or if you want to connect with me, you can reach out to me at Kerri, Kerri, at wooingnature.life. As always, I hope you have a great day, and I hope you're having a wonderful life.